to Sci-Fi Vision for June 12th for our edition of the Librarians, the Next Chapter in the Illustrious Livestream with my co-host Scarlet. Welcome.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Mantra.
Hello. I got to turn that up a little bit. I can't hear anything. But hi, everybody. Tonight we are going to do the episode and the Thief of Love. I always I should have it in front of me because I can never remember the damn title. But anyway, and the Thief of Love.
The Thief of Love.
Tonight. Yes, tonight is the episode that is about Cupid. I'm hoping here I got enough notes for tonight. I'm really behind at everything, but hopefully this will go well. So what did you think of the episode tonight? Well, this episode, not necessarily tonight, but this episode, I watched it tonight.
Oh, this one. I watched it twice. I really liked it. It's probably my favorite so far.
Oh, really? Yeah, I like it too. I like the one last week though, a little bit better with the train.
Yeah.
But you like this kind of mythology.
Yeah,
stuff.
I like the mythology backstories. Yeah, like when they had Morgan Le Fay and the prior librarians, or who else did they have? Like Morgan Le Fay and God, I can't remember right now. Totally blanked.
They mentioned Morgan Le Fay in this episode? Or you mean in one of the other episodes?
No, the old librarians. They had Alicia Webb playing Morgan Le Fay.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was I thought you meant in this episode, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Sorry, I keep adjusting my volume. I'm having trouble. You talk sometimes quiet. I'm trying to make sure I hear you. Yeah, I thought this one, like I said, I thought you might like this one just because of that aspect of it. But
oddly enough, the guy who played Cupid is also in a film I picked up from the library called Swede Caroline, and it's kind of like a indie comedy. And I thought it was weird that he was also in that. Yeah, because sometimes that kismet just kind of happens.
Yeah. Well, they're in a lot of these characters are in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I know the one guy in this one, the character of, now I'm going to have to scan through to remember offhand the name of the character. Guy. I should have remembered. That was an easy one to remember. Guy.
Guy, he's from that guy.
Yeah, Guy, not Guy. Guy is from the Ark. He played the Doctor in the Ark, so that's a little. I don't know if I'd call that an Easter egg. It's a crossover thing. I don't know. A little.
I remember another god. Bruce Campbell played Odin in one of the Christmas episodes of Old Librarians.
Oh yeah, there are.
I remember two
mythological aspects over there. Okay, Justin says, "Are Vikram and Lysa in love?" I mean, I don't think Vikram and Lysa are in love. Obviously, Vikram and her ancestor were in love. But
if he squints his eyes and he thinks it's her.
If he squints his eyes, yeah. I kind of wondered, though, if that would be maybe in the future that it might be headed that he'll fall for her, though. Do you think? Because I kind of wondered that. Not that I necessarily saw that. I'm just saying, when I first started watching this, that was the first thought I had. I wonder
that it's fated because she looks like a... Is she an ancestor, right? She inherited a castle, right? So is that her ancestor?
Yeah, they Charlie says something about it's her great whatever. Yeah, she's supposed to come from her. So I could see that happening just for that reason, but then again, maybe because of that it won't happen. I mean, I don't know that weird. Yeah, it would be weird. I don't know that I necessarily see sparks or chemistry in that way between them. I just like I said, when I first started watching it, I kind of wondered that. So yeah, so far not so much between them, Justin, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. No, I don't know. I wish I knew where this was filmed. That is really great architecture. I'm just looking at that and thinking
Paris?
That. Well, I don't think it's really filmed in Paris. It's filmed in Serbia. And
well, I would assume Eastern Europe then, because a lot of the buildings in Eastern Europe kind of look like this.
Yeah, but I don't think they went to Paris for this one. Sorry, my seat. I'm trying to fix it. They might for Leverage, but did not for this because they filmed in Serbia. But in the episode, we have this woman who. Why do I not have her name here? Do you remember what her name is? I can't believe I don't have her name. Marie. Okay, well, that I know why I don't have her name, because they don't tell what her name is till later on in the episode. That's why I don't have her name. But for the sake of telling the story, her name is Marie. And she breaks
She's the thief of love.
Yeah, she's
well,
she's the
I guess
thief
she's
of
the
love.
revenge. She's
Yeah, the revenge of love.
The
revenge
revenge to the thief of love, because the other guy's the thief of love.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, because I am so bad at remembering to say stuff at the beginning of the show. I'm gonna put the link to Discord in the chat. If you whoa, I lost my YouTube here. If you haven't joined, although I know a lot of you that are watching probably have already, but if you haven't joined, please make sure you do, because you can see a schedule of all of our live streams and our watch party, because we do rewatch this right before the live stream to kind of get our heads back, remembering it and everything for another rewatch. So if you haven't, make sure you join. And then next week you can join us in our watch party. But we also have, of course, our schedule of all our live streams, because we have Dead City on Sundays, Murderbot on Mondays, our Roundup on Tuesdays, and the show on Thursdays. And I think starting tomorrow, I'm pretty sure we're doing it tomorrow. We're gonna, Lori and I are gonna do Revival. We decided to.
Nice.
I'm doing too many. We're gonna do Revival, and then I know pretty soon, me and you are going to be doing the breakdown of the Institute, and Karen and AJ and I are going to be doing a review. So there's all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you join. Sorry, what?
Nautilus,
yes. We will eventually be doing Nautilus and Sandman and Wednesday. Once they come out, but some of them are a bit to come yet. But so make sure, if you haven't, sorry, I got to pop up. I'm like, what is that about? So make sure that if you haven't, you join our Discord. And make sure you like and subscribe too. I know it seems like a lot of people that watch aren't subscribed, so you guys need to subscribe. Yes, Fletcher, the Institute is the new MGM show coming out. Speaking, Justin's asking about Olivia or Colum. I would love to have them on here. I did tell them we're doing the show. I've tagged them a couple times. But speaking of Olivia, now that you mentioned, thank you, Justin. Now that you mentioned Olivia, I just posted on our YouTube channel the interview with her. So later on, you guys can check that out under the video tabs. There's also interviews with Callum, Bluey, and Dean Devlin. So, and I maybe soon Jessica Green, waiting to see if that happens. I've been trying to schedule it. So yeah, but we would absolutely love to have the people come on the show. That was all during the junket. But yeah, so if anybody's watching this and you want to come on, come on over. No, that would be a lot of fun. And maybe we can make that happen. But all those interviews are over on the video tab. I also, now I just totally blanked of what I was going to say. I wanted to post something in the chat and I totally lost what it was. So, I know what I was going to say. Now I do remember what I was going to say. Sorry. I'm telling you guys, I have not gotten, I mean, I know normally I don't get enough sleep, but I got even less sleep last night than normal. And my brain is not, it's worse than normal. Let's put it that way. I was just going to copy the StreamYard guest in case, I know last week we had some big Librarians fans in the chat. If you guys do want to call in, you are welcome to. I'll put it in there. Just make sure in the chat that you tell us you're going to before you do, so we know who you are, because we've had some issues with people posting porn before. So we just always make sure we know you guys. But
you might also be a disembodied voice, because I don't know if we had the graphics to support another picture.
Yeah, we don't. You will not. Your picture will not show if you call in, because I have the overlay set through OBS and I haven't. I remember it after I get in here and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot how to figure out how to do that. So unless anybody has an idea how to do that, then let me know. But yeah.
But on the upside, you don't have to be on camera. So there you go.
Yeah, you don't have to be on camera. There you go. That's a good thing. But yeah, it's set up through OBS. You can't see that. But anyway. So, as I was saying, Marie breaks into this bank. I find it funny, though. I just want to, as an aside, say it's funny. She is able to break into the bank with nobody coming after her. And I know that she's only after revenge, but it's like, if you were there, wouldn't you be tempted to actually take some money? I think it's funny. Like, she goes in and she, I love the quiver. I mean, all the costumes, this show's great, but that prop's great.
Or the fact that any of these people wouldn't react to a woman with a quiver of arrows walking into the bank.
Well, maybe she's doing cosplay. I don't know. That's what it makes me think of, like she's dressed up like Katniss or something. But because she kind of looks like her with the braid. That's what it made me think of. But
yeah,
this one guy at the bank, he's like, put down the arrows, and she just pulls it back and hits him. And every time she hits somebody with an arrow, this red glittery lovey-dovey stuff comes out of it, and it makes the two people that she's hit, I guess in succession, I'm assuming, but they don't really explain that. But it makes two of the people fall in love with each other, and because these are, as we find out later, Cupid's arrows, and yes, that Cupid. But all she's after is this key, which apparently is the key for the vault. I don't know what kind of vault actually.
That's amazing. Ye old vault.
Yeah, very ye old vault. But yeah, it gets her into the vault.
The secret vault.
Because she is after something of Gee's, which we will find out a little bit later. And here, who is Gee's? People, like, I tell people I'm on my live stream, and yet they message me. And so there's a title card. So to answer your question, it looks like, because you had asked me last week, it looks like the title cards that are in the episode do all have the candle thing, which I had not thought about till you asked me about that last week. But
I kind of like their style. I like the candles here. I like the way that the arrows kind of evaporated, so they didn't like stick in the people the whole time.
Yeah, it was very non-violent. It did not do any harm. It just hits them in the chest and makes them fall in love, and then they're no longer a problem, I guess, is the issue. Now, I love this opening. I got a couple of Vikram here dancing across the way in the library. I know he makes a comment. I forget exactly what he says. Shake it off. So I guess he's listening to Taylor Swift. I don't know. I was gonna say, I mean, if he hadn't said that, I would have asked what people thought he was listening to. But I've got to assume from that he is listening to Taylor Swift. But I love that shot. That's great. He's having a good time. He's learning his tech, because he obviously, since if you're joining us in progress, he's from 1847 and is learning to use our technology, our everything. So. Yeah,
I love his coat. I love his purple velvet coat.
Yeah, well, his whole costume's great. I mean, like I said, they all have great costumes, but yes, I like his especially. He's got his long duster jacket, and it still looks like he's dressed from them. So, let's see. Mrs. asked a lot. I don't know if I have a picture specifically of her. Hold on. Let me look. There's a good one of her.
She came from silversmithing.
Yeah, so I gotta say, I really like her. She's my favorite though, because she always has a great costume that's different on. She's doing something to have fun.
A lot of hobbies.
She's got a lot of hobbies. She's been around in here for how many? I forget, 100. I'm sure our person in the chat.
Where's Linda?
She's been here, whatever it is, 100 years or whatever. Yeah, so she's had time to learn different things, but she was having fun. But there is magical activity in Paris, so that is where they are headed, which Vikram is happy about, because her face is all dirty. I love that. Is happy about in a way, because he starts talking about Anya was in Paris, and
they look like they were just headed to the steampunk con.
Yeah, they do. She does kind of look like she's been on. Yeah, him too. You're right. He's got the sort of Victorian-esque coat. But Charlie talks to her after, and does ask after. I guess they must leave because there's a door that they go through. But Charlie asks her basically if this is okay, good idea, whatever, because she's worried about Vikram, because his girlfriend Anya is buried in Paris. And even though he's been told not to try to leave, obviously he has not given up hope of going home, and it might break him. So they do have this conversation about her not showing him the gravesite, is basically what she tells her, which, if she tells her that, it means it's going to happen. But yeah, she's like, don't do that.
That's very confusing to me.
Well, I mean, yeah, because she says after you're meant to break the rules. So I'm not sure if I'm curious if when she told Charlie not to show him the grave, if she had already knew it was going to happen, or if she really just thought it was a bad idea and then, was wrong because like she said, sometimes it's better to break the rules, and it ended up having to happen. But I definitely think that it was foreshadowing that little bit there that was going to happen.
Well, I think it's confusing because doesn't she live to be about 70? I mean, he knows she's going to die, right? Because she's from the 1800s.
Well, I assume that, and this is where I would have to go back to the original librarians to watch to remember. I think
Yeah.
it's caretaker or whatever of the library. I don't think I don't know if she. I mean, I guess she probably ages, but she doesn't. I don't think she dies
No,
like
no,
as
I meant
quickly.
his girlfriend.
Maybe she. Oh, his girlfriend Anya. I thought you meant Miss
Yeah.
Uslet. That's what I was gonna say. Like she's
No.
been alive since before Vikram left. Yes, his girlfriend Anya was dead in whenever. She would have lived to be. Yeah, I'd have to look at
She was
the
about 70. I thought she died like tragically or something, but I was like, he knows she's going to die, right? Because she's from the 1800s and they're in 2025 now. So I'm
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was kind of.
confused. She's not immortal,
Yeah, I would be
or is she?
confused why
Or
that
was
would
she?
be something that would be. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you love the person, it would still be upsetting. But yes, common sense would tell you that this
Yeah.
person did not wait for you, that they died. And it
Mhm.
also makes me wonder too how, and I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because I don't think he's going to go back. But I'm
Mhm.
curious sort of how it handles that whole timey-wimey aspect of it,
Yeah.
because I question, like, now that he's seen that, though, does that mean that that can't be changed, or would that mean that potentially it still could be changed?
Yeah, because
Because
they
I
had the ending of the ghost train where he had that sickle,
Mhm.
but then they just kind of dropped it.
Well, he put the sickle back, but you're right, he could take the sickle and change
Yeah,
things in that sense.
but maybe
I
not
know.
now.
Yeah, no, I just always think about, like, in how in Doctor Who that, like, and I've said this before on one of other shows, that once you, at least in their continuation, that once you see the future, you can't, like, once you know it's happened, then you can't change it.
Mm,
But I don't think that's necessarily their mythology, but I don't
yeah,
think he's ever going back. So I think this is more maybe to get him a little, I don't want to say more comfortable with her dying, but maybe realizing that it's going to be a
more
lot harder than he
kind of more
anticipated.
comfortable where he is in the present
Yeah,
time.
and I mean, she may have had a good life without him. We don't really know what happened. Maybe we'll find out later. But yeah, I mean, it's past. It's over. You're 100% right with what you said. It was so long ago. There's no reason he would actually think she had stayed alive. But I guess it's more the hope of going back. You wouldn't necessarily think about seeing her grave. It could still upset you or upset
Yeah.
him, I would think. So then they go back to the credit alliance, and this is the I guess he's security. He's showing him the security video, but he does not care one iota about the bank being robbed, because he's suddenly in love with this other person who works at the bank, because they were both hit with the arrow, and he's like proposing to her. I love that.
Yeah. I don't know where he
Connor.
got the ring also.
I still go to say,
Probably from the bank, one of the bank vaults.
yeah, maybe he went and
It's
got it
probably
really quick.
somebody else's ring.
He did get it really quick. But
So much passion.
yeah, I know. But Connor even, sorry, I thought I had one just to Connor. Connor even asked him, he's like, "Aren't you married?" Because you could even see the,
He's got a wedding ring.
on his desk. Wait, this one has the picture on his desk of his family. He's like, "Yeah, it doesn't matter. She's my true love. So we're gonna get married." So yeah, he's happy about it. He's at least not upset. But they do eventually get out of what happened, since they've watched the security footage, that there's like a glitch or something right near the the vault, so they know that
Mhm.
she likely took something from the deposit boxes, the safety deposit boxes, and that's where they're going to try to figure out what she took, I guess, is the plan. And this is when they go through Paris and they see the Eiffel Tower. I want to see that someday.
It's an eyesore, Jamie.
Yeah, I know. He thinks it's an eyesore. Vikram thinks it's an eyesore. I think it's pretty. But yeah, he does not approve of the Eiffel Tower. And Connor does tell him that other artists seem to agree with him, but this is where he says that, oh, I know somebody who would agree with me, and that's an expert on matter of the hearts that goes by Cupid. I'm not sure if this whole, unless I'm forgetting something, I don't know that this scene really had a purpose other than for him to think of Cupid. And
to discover the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, to discover the Eiffel Tower. Other than that, it didn't necessarily wasn't something like story-wise in that sense. But
I learned about the Eiffel Tower, Jamie.
Yes, yes.
That the artist thought it was an eyesore, and I can't remember what they said it looked like. Something tower. Can't remember exactly.
On what?
I can't remember what they said it looked like. It was like a something tower, like a. Gosh, I can't remember.
He just said something about the architecture he didn't like, and that it was an eyesore. I don't remember exactly what they said either, but I don't know. Maybe it would mean a bit more if you knew that they filmed it there, but I get that they can't. But there's a really nice shot.
It looks more like a matte painting in the other shot.
Stock shot. Well, it's probably stock photography, but yeah. There's that. But yeah, they're gonna go find Cupid, who Lysa, of course, has a bit of a problem at first believing that he even exists. But they know that he wouldn't have a reason to steal something from the bank. At least they assume so. So they're going to figure out why he's at his, how he can help them. I guess at this point, they don't know for sure. I don't know. Did they know for sure that it was his arrows at this point? I'm not sure they mentioned that it was his arrows. I'm not sure they were sure yet.
They're just visiting him to see if it's his arrows.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that marked down, but I'm not sure if I just didn't mark it down and they knew it or they don't know for sure yet. Because I know they're surprised when they find out he buries them. So I guess they assumed they weren't probably at this point.
Yeah, what's actually pretty funny is that my boyfriend, when I told him about this episode, he hasn't seen it. He's like, "Don't tell me. Cupid's played by a kind of robust guy, like a big actor."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, you are correct, sir.
Yeah, I like the guy.
Comic effect.
I like
not a baby.
He makes a good Cupid. I don't know if I was gonna say I probably should have the episode credits up, but his name is Seelan
Jones. Yeah.
Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that's in Sweet Caroline.
Yeah. Yeah.
I highly recommend.
But he's drunk in this bar, and which
he doesn't have wings, and he isn't wearing a diaper.
No, he's not, and he doesn't. I'm kind of curious how they found out that he was in this bar, but anyway, he's in this bar, he's drunk, and this is where he's saying that he should have stayed in the 19th century because 20th century love is dead, and they kind of have this conversation about the different dating apps. I forget what
Tinder. Tinder, and then
Tinder and Bumblebee instead of Tinder and I don't know what's the other one's real name.
There was Tinder, and then the other one was start with an H, but he put a T on it. But I don't know a lot of dating apps. I haven't used them.
No, I don't know. I think
Tinder and something beginning of H. Chat.
Yeah, but
we're professionals here.
Yeah, but so he's complaining about that, and of course, which doesn't surprise me at all. Lysa uses dating apps, or is at least 4 dating apps. Because you can, filter out who you don't want. And Connor seems to.
Oh, yeah, the one that he says he's okay. Cupid's okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Cupid, okay. Yeah, that was the other one. They even named one after him. But Connor makes a point of saying something about his fans loving him, and they kind of make a comment, or he makes a comment back about that. So yeah, he's not a fan of the apps. There he is, even more drunk. And they talk about ghosting. They just kind of have a little conversation.
It's sparring because they say ghosting, and then the guy from 1800s is like a ghost. They turn into a ghost. That kind of humor.
It's like no, and she's like, I don't think Charlie would be a ghoster. I know that's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the point is by the end of that, before the end of that, Cupid does tell them that Anya was engaged to Gregor whenever Vikram fell in love with her. Now we
Yeah.
know, if you've watched the first episode, that Gregor is the guy that he was in the time bubble with before he traveled back to the past. Imagine if it's foreshadowing Charlie as a ghost. I hope not, Justin. I really hope not.
Oh no.
I think it's just a joke. I hope it's not foreshadowing, but hey,
That'd
you
be
never
funny.
know. But I don't think
That'd be a
this is
twist, man.
No, I was just gonna say this doesn't have quite as much foreshadowing as some of the other shows like From. I don't think it's foreshadowing that. But anyway, we know Vikram was the one he was in the time bubble with that he escaped from, that is still back there pissed at him for what he did, probably stuck there. And he tried to get Cupid to make Gregor fall in love with somebody else so he could be with Anya. So yeah, he basically had an affair with her, which is not necessarily the nicest politically correct way, I guess you could say. But he
They're in
didn't.
love, Jamie.
Yes, no, I know, but
He was in
he does.
love. He was in love anyway. I don't know
He
if
was
she
in
was in
love.
love.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
true.
in
We
love.
don't know how she felt. Maybe we'll find out
Yeah.
she didn't love him. But he did tell him that he wouldn't make Vikram, or wouldn't make, Gregor fall in love with somebody else. So yeah, I don't think Gregor had known. I think once he found out, he would have been even more mad at Vikram. So I don't know. I kind of assume at some point maybe we'll find out, he'll find out, and it could be funny. But they want to know how to track down this archer. And this is where he admits that he literally buried his arrows. So, anybody could see them, or could find them, I mean.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Something that's important is the arrows of true love. I don't think that you're supposed to bury. But yeah, he buried the bows and arrows, and he doesn't know where. He doesn't remember. He's drunk, so he doesn't care. He does not care. That's the whole idea.
I want to know how him and the dandy guy became friends.
That's a good point.
Where's the backstory on that? That's a backstory I want to see.
That is. Somebody needs to write a fanfic on that. I kind of assume maybe something within his librarian duties that he. What the heck is that? That with his librarian duties, maybe he met him in the past. But when they do, they're like, a criminal is weaponizing love, and he does give them the idea. He says just to look for chaos. Because which is kind of like a duh. I think they know that, but I guess he's trying to be helpful because these are causing all kinds of havoc, and he does not want to help because he's just happy to drink. And like he says, there is no true love anymore. Is basically the way he's looking at it. So he's not willing to really bother to help them. He just wants to stay and get drunk. So they go back to the annex. I love this map. I don't know if this is all digital or some of that's like an LED underneath it or something, but it's cool looking, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But the pendulum is telling them where the magic's happening. And basically, the problem is because it hits one person, it hits the next person, they leave, the magic will travel everywhere. It's hard to track, but they have the idea. Well, Lysa has the idea that they need to go to where the highest concentration of the magic is, because that's likely where it's happening right now. Let's see. And there's this this is where I meant if I'd had time, I wanted to go back after we did the watch party. There's this whole conversation where he makes, Connor says something about being librarians, and he says that they're not librarians yet, that the library has to grant that title, that it's not just, it's earned. And I wish that they would talk more about that, because I think like in all the descriptions of the show, you always assume that like these are librarians like in the other series, and they don't. I mean, here obviously he's saying that's not true. I kind of wondered if you were just supposed to assume that, and they never really said it. So I like that they brought it up, but I really wish that they would have a storyline about that and grant them librarians maybe by the end of the season, so that they officially are more an official part of the team, I guess, is the best way that I would look at it there. But yeah, so they are going to follow that. And I know later too, Connor does say something about like, well, he doesn't have to follow the rules because he's not a librarian, is eventually, which is essentially what he says. So, but I lost where I was in my recap. Sorry about that. So they go to, this is where the highest concentration is, and the place is in French, the 14th arrondissement. I don't know. But okay, that's where he says it about they're not librarians. He says about breaking in. But they go into the storage room, and I don't know what this place exactly is supposed to be because I don't know how that translates. But I mean, it's
I like the mannequin with its legs up in there.
Yeah,
that was a choice. That was a production choice.
It was definitely a choice, yeah. But she shows up, and she is going to hit them with the arrows. And Vikram does this really cool thing where he sort of with his cane, he blocks the arrows and tries to stop her from getting at any of them and tells them to hide. And then he confronts her later outside, and I thought I had a picture of it. She hits him in the back with the arrow, and he is now in love with her, and we are concerned will not help the librarians or will do something stupid. We don't know. We just know that he's been shot. I actually found it interesting, and I was going to ask you what you thought. I found it interesting that he didn't go off with her right away.
On the bike?
But that's a little bit later. It did benefit him to stay and kind of find out what was going on. It did benefit her, but he didn't necessarily know that. So yeah, I was surprised he didn't go off following her around right away.
Yeah.
Do you think that there was a reason for that? Did he do it like because he thought that he needed to find information, or do you think it's not necessarily that? I don't know. Important.
I don't know.
I don't know. It just struck me as a little odd.
Maybe it takes a little while to totally like kick in 100%.
Maybe. And maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's because she's the one doing it. I don't know. But,
conflict.
Yeah, I don't know. But they go back to the bar, and they talk about, they think that the arrows are hitting random people. And he says that she has to be targeting someone specific. And I guess she isn't necessarily targeting someone specific with the arrow, but what she's doing is to target someone, which is this Guy that we find out later. But Lysa makes this wager to, if he can, she says that if he can get, I think that's after. I swear I took one of the dartboard. There's a dartboard. That if he could throw it behind him without looking, that and get it in, get the score on the dartboard, that they'll leave him alone. But if he makes it, they'll leave him alone. But if he misses, then they have to help him. And he agrees. And I could be wrong. I don't have it written here, but is this the part where he says librarians can't, I think he says like librarians can't make bets or something. And Connor's like, well, I'm not a librarian. Wow. I think that's where that might be where that comment comes in. Because I know at some point he says something about that he's not a librarian, which, you said that. So it kind of bit you in the butt there. But obviously he's too drunk to make the shot, and he misses. So he has to help them, or at least he agreed to help them.
So I guess they're saying that Cupid, if he wasn't drunk, would be as swift of arrow, like these darts to a bullseye, like an arrow, like he is of arrows.
Yeah, I think it's just because he's drunk and they want to sober him up is the point. But he agreed to help, so they take him back. And I did have it. It somehow got out of order. That's where he was going to throw it, and then he missed. And then Mrs. Ocelot throws a bucket of water on his head, which was awesome. Justin says it'd be funnier if he made the shot, but helped them anyway because she's. Yeah, I don't think he doesn't want to help. He just wants his alcohol, which is kind of the whole point. And there is also a little joke in this scene. He keeps pulling out, and again, some of these, I'm not sure if they just went out of order or, no, okay, they're later on the stairs. First, we have Charlie talking to Mrs. Ocelot here. This is in between them trying to sober him up, but I think she said ballroom dancing, didn't she?
Oh, it looked like ice skating to me, but ballroom dancing
No, it
fits.
does. But I'm thinking maybe I thought she said ballroom dancing. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. She's doing some kind
Yeah,
of
it fits.
dancing.
Either way, it fits.
But you're right. It does kind of look like an ice skating outfit. But they are trying to figure out where what the things that she stole have in common at the where they found them in that storage, because they don't make a lot of sense. They all seem different. And this is where I swear this is out of order, but the thing with the alcohol I have after this. I thought it was before this, but maybe I'm just mixing it up. But anyway, Connor looks at the cuff link and he recognizes it's a symbol for the Travelers of Paris, an exclusive gentleman's club. And there's see, I didn't write down all the little jokes I should have, because I remember this is
where the traveling pants.
Well, no, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say this is where Vikram asks if a gentleman's club he means a strip club.
Yeah.
It's like, no, and they get into this conversation about he's like, you mean a brothel? And she's like, no, that's not a brothel. He's obviously not of their time and doesn't know. But yeah, they follow it to this gentleman's club. Well, they look up the list and they find that this Guy Leroy, who part of some of the stuff that was in the storage, I think it was like the wine bottle, it had his name on it. Yeah, Chateau, I do have that written down there, Chateau Leroy vintage and his initials. So that's how they figured out that not only is it connected to the club, but it's connected to him specifically because she took his stuff. She took his dry cleaning. Although it is odd things to take, but I guess she just was stealing stuff of his. I don't know if I missed that there was actually a reason why she took I understand why she took the papers, but why she took his dry cleaning and his wine and all that, I missed something there. But they do know that he does have a storage in the deposit box, in the bank. So in the Paris Credit Alliance. So they do believe that it is him that she stole all the stuff from. So here is where they're trying to get him to listen. And I did get a couple pictures here. He's pulling out flasks. You can't really tell it's a flask, but it's a flask.
Yeah, he's pulling out flasks. Yeah, I like that gag.
He pulls out like 3 different ones or something every time she takes them. It's like that little gag.
Well,
and,
he is a god, so he can make them appear.
But not Bacchus. He's a god of Cupid. He shouldn't be drinking.
But not Bacchus.
But not Bacchus. But he had one of them. I think I want to say it's Eliza. I'm not 100% sure. One of them makes a comment like, "Is that how Vikram got that many bottles?" I knew to do that, and he said yes. So that's part of why he hid all those bottles on his person before. Hi, Trace. Thanks for coming. But yeah, they are going to go to talk to this Leroy, and they're trying to sober him up, but it takes a while. He is fighting it at every turn. But they find out where he's at and they follow him. And here's a painting of the guy. This is that Guy Leroy. His name is Jadron Malkovich. And like I said, he is from the Ark. So that is one of the few crossover, however you want to say, crossover actors that's in this show. But he is this rich guy, and he's a hedge fund manager, and he's talking about his assistant that he had. And Lysa does not, rightfully so, does not like the way he talks about her. And he also, another assistant comes in and he like yells at them to get out. And it's clear that he's a womanizer and he does not treat women very well. And also Vikram does make comments about the way that he treated his assistant, but only because he knows that the assistant is the woman that he now thinks he's in love with. Which this is also how they find out her identity, because her name's Marie, he tells them, and that he fired her. And wait, I just want to see, there's is that a peacock? That is awesome. I like the peacock.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. But he tells her that the one that
worked for magic arrows.
Yeah, oh, that's true. They do make a comment later about peacocks. So maybe that was a little joke there. but he shows him a photo of her and says that he fired her, but he doesn't think that she would be capable of stealing his stuff. Like they're blaming her, and he doesn't
Because she's
think
a woman.
yeah, because she's a woman, exactly. But he definitely is underestimating her. But he basically kind of kicks him out because he's gonna get ready to go to the museum. He's donating. I don't know if this. There's a picture. There's a good picture of him. I think I have a picture here, but he's donating this egg, which is a Fabergé egg, supposed to be a Fabergé egg, that he's donating to the museum collection. So they at least know where he's going to go and where she'll probably strike if she's continuing to steal his stuff. That'll be the next place she'll show up. So that's where they're going to try to go. That's a great picture. I love that picture after he takes off. I want to know where they filmed that, though. That interior is awesome. But he doesn't like, at any rate, he does not like the way that he treated Marie, but only because he's in love with Marie, not because he really thinks he treated her wrong necessarily. Which Liza, of course, is upset for the right reasons of the way he's treating her, but he doesn't quite get it. She thinks he gets it, but he doesn't get it. And then we go back to Cupid.
Oh, yeah. He does have a lot of Bacchus qualities. He's got all this food.
He does, doesn't he? He's got, yeah, if it wasn't for the little heart necklace, I think he was Bacchus. He's got, what are those, ribs and
oh yeah,
I'm just curious what they are. It looks like a donut on a bun. Is that what
yeah,
that
donut?
Is?
There's a big donut.
It looks like a donut on a hamburger bun. Maybe that's a hamburger or another donut underneath it, maybe. Because those kind of look like chocolate-covered strawberries and truffles, maybe. I don't know, but he's got a lot of savory food in the, know, with the donuts. So I don't know if the donut really feels in place, but he's got a lot of savory food.
Well, he's got some salad over here, it looks like. So I mean, he's eating healthy.
Yeah, he does. You're right. He does have
got a little salad on the
side. But I lost where I was going. Okay, but okay, this is where, sorry, I skipped this part I had written here. This was about Vikram being mad at him and her liking it, not realizing that was why I already mentioned that. I just had it out of order here. So he's eating, and Charlie tries to talk to him about his responsibilities, but he basically still is like, I don't care. He's like, the world's a mess. Love's a mess. He says there's no true love. He says there is no true love. And he says that he can't fix it. They can't fix it. It's not going to happen, especially not Vikram, since he's been shot by one of the arrows himself. And it's kind of like, you could have told us this before. Why did you not tell us this in the beginning? He clearly has not been very helpful. But Charlie knows to go after Vikram if he's been shot, because he's obviously going to betray them. There's what she finds out. So meanwhile, whenever Marie shows up here, Vikram does take off finally.
I do like her style.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like her style too. But he tells them, I forget exactly what he says. He says he's going to go around to the other side or something, and they're waiting. But he goes, they're waiting. Okay, they're waiting outside for Marie to show up. But he goes around to see her, and he tells them they're going to split up. But really, he's going to talk to her, and he warns her not to go inside the museum because he says that, his friends are in there and they'll get her. And he's like, I have a better way to get revenge. And then as they are still waiting, he comes flying out on this motorbike, moped, whatever, with her, and just smiles. I like that shot. That's a really good shot.
Yeah, that's nice.
he tricked him. He got away. So they're back to square one for a little bit. They try chasing after him, but they can't catch him. So they're back at the annex again. And she does tell him what happened, with Guy. And, we did say Guy, but then when we got to it, I think we skipped the whole Guy guy joke.
Yeah, because they're coming Guy, and the whole time I was thinking it's Guy, not Guy. And then they actually said a joke about it being Guy.
Yeah, that was what Connor said. And that, it was very similar to something he said in one of the other episodes. I don't remember what it was, but there was kind of that back and forth. And this time Liza's like, no, we're not doing that.
I think Connor calls him our guy Guy too. So it says our guy on the closed captioning.
Our guy, guy is guy something. Play on words. But she does tell Vikram what happened and that she worked for Guy and he was her mentor, but he tried to kiss her. So, like I said, womanizer. And when she said no to him,
harassment at the workplace.
And when she said no, he fired her and ruined her. So nobody else would hire her. And so she wanted he said something about there wasn't true love or something to her. I forget exactly what he said, but he said that there was no true love. So she wanted to show him how love could be weaponized. And that's kind of why she is doing what she's doing to get back at him for what he did. Now, okay, I guess at this point, I don't know if they didn't know what museum. They find out more about the Fabergé egg at any rate. They're researching it because she's going to steal it. So they are going to try to stop her. But Vikram is trying to give her better ideas. And they know that if he's helping her, it will be, could be even worse. Because the magic's already corrupting her. But yeah, Vikram would know how to use the magic in a worse way because he's a librarian. And they really need to get Cupid's help. But he tells her that what she should do, there's a picture of the screen there, that what she should do is go on the roof and shoot an arrow into the air conditioning because everybody will breathe in the magical effects. And then everybody
love tinged air.
Yeah, it'll be love in the air everywhere. Everybody will be affected. He'll play this is what this is showing the video clip of, but he'll play a video clip to the people in the library. Although considering Vikram doesn't even, I don't think, know how to use a TV. I don't know how he intended to play this video because he just recently learned out what
he'd have to know where they are in the museum too, as for most effect to get everybody's head to turn around and look at her first. So
I just find it funny that he's like, I'll play a video, and like in the last episode or the episode before, he's like, what's a video? So yeah, he's either learned a lot really fast or he hasn't thought that through, but I
don't know if he saw it through.
I don't think he saw it through. He's just in love. But if he thinks that he can play this video, and that if she promises, well, she says in the clip, because it's kind of like what she would do. She's like, "Oh, I love you," that they'll all obey her, and
they'll bring things to her. Bring me the things.
Bring her everything, and she can hurt him even more because he does say something about if she can buy his whole company rather than just stealing something from him. So they need to get Cupid's help, and he does not want to help. He says that he won't do it, and he says, "All right, let's take a chance." He says he can't do anything without the arrows anyway, but he doesn't want to help. And he kind of says, like, I don't know, he sort of says like it's their fault, I guess. He knows that Vikram isn't helping, but he can't do anything without his arrows that he doesn't have. And Mrs. Ostalot says that they can make arrows, that if they charge it with the essence of true love, it will work. And that's where he says, true love doesn't exist anymore. But if it did, and he shot one of those arrows, they would like immediately forget the person that she made them in love with, and they would become themselves again. And I forget exactly what prompts it, but he says something like, "Oh, but you're good." Like he says that the other ones, I do you remember exactly what he says? I know he says something like, "But you're to her, but you're good." Like he's not meaning it to her because he doesn't want to upset her. Even he's scared of her.
Yeah.
I don't know. My problem is I did 2 sets of notes, and some of them I moved around. That's
I probably should take some notes next time.
Well, I had more detailed notes, but I took them just during the rewatch, and then they were all over the place. So I went back to what I originally had that weren't as detailed, and that's why some of this I'm kind of trying to go from memory, because if I try to read through both notes at once, I'll be even more confused. But so they are going to try to charge these arrows. They make 3 of them. Right, there she is.
See, but I remember things about them making it out of peacock feathers.
Yeah, he does. You're right. Connor does mention they made it out of peacock feathers. But they have 3 arrows to work with, and he is going to climb the Eiffel Tower, because the way that they've decided that they can charge them with true love is by using the Eiffel Tower as like a lightning rod, because it's the most iconic symbol of love. So if they attach this wire and these arrows to the tower gets hit by lightning, and it will charge them. And it's storming, and he can't even use the steps inside the tower, but he's going to get them up there anyway.
So because, they're using this more as people like proposing on the Eiffel Tower, as opposed to people that jump off the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, which I'm sure there's some of, but
there is a lot.
They're going by the symbol of love. That's what they're.
So we're going by the symbol of love. Okay.
They're going by the symbol of love. But he's going to have to climb the tower. I don't know. I can't remember if he volunteered for the job, but somehow Connor ended up, he's going to be the one to do it. And since he can't use the stairs because it's closed down because of the weather, which you would think maybe it would be, I don't know, if I was them, I would use my library powers to somehow get somebody to sneak me into the tower, maybe, as opposed to climbing up the tower. But instead he climbs up the tower.
But they don't have official librarian cards yet.
That's true. They're not actually librarians, so I guess they couldn't.
I guess they could risk their lives doing this.
Yeah, I'm curious though how they filmed this, because obviously he really
it's pretty cool.
Didn't climb anything super high. I'm sure you can tell he's on a wire, so he might have climbed something, but clearly not.
Yeah, it looks really good. Like all their effects and shots look really good.
And I know they don't have like a humongous budget for this show, and they did a pretty good job. So I was impressed with that. But yeah, Connor climbs up, and they're going to they send a rocket up that's supposed to draw the lightning to the arrows. And it says the love that saturates the tower will put the electricity into it. So he climbs up, and there's the arrows. They're setting the rocket off, and it ends up, out of all of them, only one. You're right, Justin. The cheaper budget might make look more authentic. It might be because it's not so much digital that in that instance it worked. I'm guessing there's probably some like rig he climbed up that he really climbed up that wasn't high up, that wasn't the Eiffel Tower. But yeah, I think the way they did it looked really good. But out of the arrows they had, which I guess they could only make 3, but out of them only 1 actually worked. The rest of them, they got like
too much love.
Yeah, they got shriveled up.
Too much passion.
Too much love hit them. No, I'm assuming it's lightning, but I don't know. Well, I guess it could have been from the love.
I knew there was a scientific explanation that
I'm sure Lisa figured out.
Yeah, she said something, all the science stuff, but I forgot the science stuff before she shot the rocket off.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't write down the science stuff, but yes, the science stuff.
Well, the science stuff until the magic from the Eiffel Tower empowers them.
Yeah, that reminds me. I just wanted to add a little thing here. Just reminded me when you said that. She does say in that interview how, like, when she's acting, the actress who plays her, Olivia, was saying that, like, she wants to know the science behind it and try to understand it. A lot of times they're like, just act the scene. And she's like, no, I got to figure this out. And she goes and tries to figure out what they're talking about.
You just want to have something that sounds somewhat legit before you throw the magic in there.
It always ends up making sense because they've written it really well, but she takes the time, a lot of time, to figure it out. So again, if you guys missed that at the beginning of our show, make sure you check that out, and under our videos, that interview. So anyway, he meanwhile is trying to, I lost where I was at again. I hate when I do that. They're still at the museum, but he realizes they're trying to do something. So he's like, I'm going to go stop them, whatever they're doing. And he goes to try to stop them. And this is where Charlie, I guess they were conveniently near the cemetery.
Yeah, it's cool that they use the graveyard. The graveyard's nice. It's a nice backdrop. That's conveniently like roll over here by your girlfriend's grave.
By your girlfriend's gravestone, yeah. But she runs.
Pace me over here.
She runs towards the grave, so he sees it, and
maybe that was what she was doing all along.
Well, yeah, well, I think she got this idea whenever he came after her, I guess. Maybe they were just the right time. But she saw the gravestone of Anya, and she knew that that this was the only way. Like, she basically had to hurt him.
She lived a long life. It was from 1820 to 1897.
Yeah, so she was 77. So she might have lived a happy life. We don't even know.
See, but, I thought her whole story was that she died tragically or something, and that's why you couldn't go back in time to be with her. But she lived a long life, and she might have lived it with the other guy.
He just couldn't go back because of the library, and they don't want him screwing up time worse, basically.
Yes, as you do.
As you do, yeah. But the interesting thing is, I guess they only needed true love to break the spell. Maybe I misunderstood that part, because I thought like they had to be hit by the arrow again. But I mean, I knew the arrows had to be like imbibed with true love, but he didn't have to be hit by the arrow at any rate.
All he had to do is look at the engraved eyes of his true love on this gravestone.
Yeah, because he remembered. And when he remembered, it broke the spell. And she's like apologizing, she didn't want to show it to him because she knew it would hurt him. But everything she does is to protect him. So that's why she does it.
Therefore, she's a protector.
Yeah, she's the guardian. And then we find out later this means to live is to love. And he's really sad, obviously. And he will probably never get back to her. But like Justin said earlier, maybe he'll end up with the next one. We don't know. I could see it, but at the same time, she does not seem to feel that way about him. So I don't know. I guess
they're not really turning up any kind of chemistry there.
Yeah, they're definitely not playing it that way. And I know she even is kind of like, whenever Charlie says something like that he was in love with her ancestor or whatever, she makes, I forget exactly what she says. It might just be, ooh, it's something like that.
Yeah.
She really does not intend to be, or she is not at this point, I guess, attracted to him, which is, I don't know, a little surprising, I guess. But hey, I don't know, not her cup of tea. But who knows? Maybe she likes Connor. I don't know. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But either way, he's madly in love still with Anya. And Cupid comes up, and he breaks a spell.
He's cleaned himself up.
Yeah, you're right. He has cleaned himself up. He's wearing his Cupid white suit. But he asks Vikram if it was worth it being in love, because it was so painful. And because it is true love, he's like, no, that he wouldn't trade the pain for anything, because he loved her and it was real. And, the time that he was with her made it worth it. And that's what broke the spell. And he says, this pain exists because she exists. And this, of course, Cupid now realizes that maybe true love does really exist. And, maybe it's worth protecting. So he's going to go back and stop her. And he comes up and he's able to, just like Vikram did before with the cane, he's able to with his bow and knock.
He looks so fancy, though. Cupid looks so fancy here.
Yeah, I know. He's got his little white jacket and everything.
What's this patch? Yeah, it's like a heart patch, I think.
Yeah, it's like a heart with an arrow through it. That's cute.
Nice.
All the little details. But basically, whatever he's doing is going to trump her, because they're his arrows. So he says she can't do anything by her hitting him. So he shoots his arrow up in the air, and she's like, you wasted an arrow. But no, the arrow comes back and hits her in the chest. It was all part of the plan. And whenever she gets hit, it breaks the spell, and he catches her.
It's kind of like a vampiric sort of thing. Like anybody she's like vamped with the love spell gets unlove spelled.
Yeah. Everybody, the love spell breaks at that point. And she does later have there's where he catches her.
That's a nice still.
It is. That's a great shot. So then she later is talking to also whether or not Connor's a ghost. Charlie clearly has thoughts for him. Okay. I think Justin's a shipper on a couple different
I think you're shipping all over the place, Justin.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind if some of them got together. I just don't know that I, at least at this point, really see much more than like brother and sister banter from the two of from Connor and Lice. Well, he's saying Charlie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Charlie.
But she's a ghost.
Charlie's a ghost. No, Charlie hasn't interacted with them quite as much, but I right now I think they're all friends. But I guess that may change. I don't know. I'm not saying it won't, but
because I think in the original Librarians, Flynn was the only one that was really getting in relationships with people.
Yeah, with I can think of the actress's name.
Rebecca
Romaine. Yeah. So I forgot about that. That's right. They were in a relationship.
I can't remember any of the other librarians. But anybody else having a relationship?
I think if that's the case, it's going to be probably next season. I don't think they're going to go that way this season. At least I wouldn't expect it.
Why can't everybody just be friends?
Yeah, everybody can be friends. But hey, maybe he's right.
Platonic friendships.
Yeah. But she is sorry for what she did, and she, regrets it. And they ask her about what she stole, and she admits that she took. Oops, I guess I needed the picture of her here. She admits that she took proof that Guy had been stealing from his own company, and she wants revenge, and Cupid basically says, karma, and what will supposed to happen will happen. Karma gets everyone eventually. So they just kind of let it go. But Cupid has not let it go. We just don't know it yet. But back at the annex, that's where Vikram is thanking her and saying, I understand why you did it. And so I think he thanks all of them. But there's the painting. We see the painting that looks like Liza again. But Charlie also, that's the wrong one.
You just put that in a prominent spot so you can look at it all the time.
Yeah, I know. Like he left the painting there, and they just leave.
They don't even put a cloth or anything over it.
They don't. Well, hey, maybe it belongs to the museum. I don't know.
Look into the eyes of your lost love.
Yeah, but this is where Charlie does tell Mrs. Ostelat that she's sorry that she had to take him there. And this is where she says sometimes rules are meant to be broken. And she says something like, when I say so. So I don't know. But we then move back to his office, and Cupid is there and hits him with an arrow to make him like the woman that's the IRS or whatever that's investigating him. And he asks what will make her happy, and she's like, telling the truth. So he talks about everything that he did wrong and confesses that he embezzled from his company. Oh yeah, and that Fabergé egg that he was giving to the museum isn't real.
Yep, not real.
Not real. And then there's another frame of Cupid, but for whatever reason it's not here. But Cupid is there. He caused it. So
good for Cupid.
Good for Cupid. Yeah, I think this one was a cute one. I don't really know. I feel like I've before read mythology involving Cupid, but it was more like Greek mythology and less like the story of Cupid. But enough to, I'm not sure that I was trying to think if I have anything to add in about that, but I do like that they brought the mythology in, and I like that they had Vikram be the one that was affected. I think that it worked out well. But yeah, he's still in love with Anya. So I don't think, as much as I don't think he's going to end up going back in time, or at least not in time there. We know from a preview they go to Camelot at some point. So, or there's something to do with Camelot. I'm assuming they go back. But I don't think
he can go back that far back, but not
go back. Just not back there. Yeah, well, Jacob told him that when they went back in time before, they almost destroyed the world or something like that. He said at the beginning, so he couldn't take the chance to do that. But you're right; they can go back for something else. That's a little interesting. But at any rate, I don't think he's going to go back there. But I do think that the story. I don't think the story with Anya is over. I mean, I do think there's more with that and us finding out more. I mean, I feel like the
Yeah.
whole setup with Gregor is
Yeah.
there for a reason, and it's got to
Mhm.
somehow circle back around. How
Yeah,
that will
I
happen
would think so too. Yeah.
is, I don't know, but I'm assuming that there's going to be something with that. But I would like to know more
Or
about.
else they're gonna time travel there or something.
Yeah. Well, that would take him back to his. Oh, you mean Gregor time travel? Is
Yeah,
that
he's
what you
gonna
mean?
figure out how to do it.
That could happen, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
there's
they're
got
all
to be.
gonna meet up at Camelot.
Maybe. Well, either way, we know that there's a season 2, so they have the time to do it. But I do think there's going to be something, reconnecting that. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Did it show a preview of what the next one was? I'm just
No,
trying to.
on mine they all have behind the scenes, like featurettes.
Yeah, it had the featurette, but I was trying to think. Did it show? I don't think it showed what next week was, though. Did it?
No, not on mine, not on my DVR. It just shows a featurette with some of the
Yeah,
stuff from future episodes, but nothing like
yeah, but not.
next week's episode will be.
The memory. The next one is and the memory crystal. I'm trying.
Hmm.
You would think by the titles I would remember what they are, but I
Yeah.
don't. I'm thinking memory crystal, memory. Like I'm looking at the other ones. I know the other one's based on the title, but I don't remember that one
With the
based on the
memory
title.
crystal.
That's the one that
You lost your
everybody.
memory in the memory
Oh, wait,
crystal.
wait, wait, wait. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I remember which one that is. I remember which one that is. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but I do remember
Don't
which one.
spoil it. I haven't seen it.
I
I
will
know
think there
nothing
might
about
be
it.
another. All I will say, because I think this is okay, I think to say, because I think they've said he's been in anyway, but there might be another surprise face. People who watch the Electric Entertainment shows
Oh.
recognize. I'll just say that, and I'll leave it at
Uh-huh.
that. But yeah, I was looking, number 6, which is the one after that, was the other one that was one of my favorites. There's 12.
What's the title of that one?
And the House of Cards. That
Oh.
one and the Ghost Train were my 2 favorites from
Oh.
out of the first 8 anyway. I had not seen the last 4.
Yeah, so far this one's been my favorite.
That's cool. No, I like this one too. I like all of them. I think they're all a lot of fun. And I like it's nice sometimes to watch something that's not dark, you know?
Yeah. Well, plus it has enough like history. I mean, so like it can be like the Ghost Train had its own kind of like little mythology and its own country and everything, but a lot of times there's enough of history thrown in that I'm like, it kind of itches that part of my brain.
Yeah, you like the historical part of it. I do like that a lot of the stuff seems possible, I guess would be the best way to describe it. As much as it's magic. I mean, it's still magic, but
yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. Do you have any other predictions or things you want to see besides what we've
I don't know. I don't know if I ship anybody. Let's see here.
No, that's okay. You don't have to ship anybody.
I could, I don't know. I mean, I don't really theorize about the show, so I'm trying to figure out.
That's okay. I'm just
trying
trying
to
to
think.
think.
We talked to before about her, like Vikram's old love and his nemesis. Well, I guess nemesis, and how they might become part of the story along the way somehow, either like traveling forward or him traveling back. That could be one.
No, I see. No, that's fine. I'm just trying.
But I really don't know. I don't know anything about Connor and his backstory at all. I don't know much about Charlie and her backstory at all.
Yeah, we know more about. I feel like about Liza than we do the other people for whatever reason. So we need to know more about.
So there might be episodes where you get a little bit of background on them, because I could figure out what they're doing going forward if I know, where they come from. I mean, other than Connor has a podcast, it would be kind of cool to see the podcast.
That would be cool. Well, we do know that Charlie. We do know some about Charlie from the ballerina episode. Like we know about how
she used to be a dancer.
Yeah, and we also know how she.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that scene where she was dancing on stage and everything. That was pretty sweet.
Cool. Kind of all choreographed well. But no.
Yeah, because they had that guy who was critiquing, and he was really bored. And then when she came on and started dancing, he thought it was something modern or something, and he got happy and started writing happy notes down.
Yeah. Which that guy was also from the Ark. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, that's great. That was a great bit.
we were talking to Michael the one day, who's part of our sister network at NDBB, and he was saying that person was from ARC, which I didn't realize. But I lost track. Oh, I know what I was saying. But we know how Charlie tried to be a guardian before and was not made a guardian, and then finally was. So we did learn that. Gravity Falls. Did we watch the cartoon Gravity Falls? It sounds familiar, but I'm trying to remember what it is. I feel like maybe I've seen one. If I would remember what it was, it might help.
Please elaborate.
Yeah, I'm looking to see.
Does it connect to this show at all? Does anybody in this show?
No, I have not seen it. I thought it was something else. I have not.
I know it by name, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The name sounded familiar, but I didn't know. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of other pieces to input from.
Is there anybody that you ship, Jamie, on the series? Show each other.
I mean, I don't know that I really ship any of them either. Which it's funny because lately on TV shows I don't, and I'm usually always the shipper. I mean, I think Vikram's hot, but I don't know that I necessarily ship him with anybody.
He's shipping him with yourself.
I say that Connor's good looking too, but yeah, I don't know that I necessarily ship them.
Yeah.
I feel though, I don't know why, but I could see seeing something with Liza going out with somebody.
Yeah.
And going totally horribly wrong because she sciences it. That would be kind of a funny, interesting story, because I think that she might scare people away with her science. I don't know. I just see that. I do and I said this before, I do like that it kind of has the believer and the skeptic side of it. And although I shipped Mulder and Scully, I don't necessarily ship
the X-File classic.
Yeah, I have to bring in my little X-File reference there somewhere. But no, I don't know. I don't really ship them. I do know that ship Captain Davy. Yeah, hi Muncher. I do though. The one thing I would like to see, and I don't know that we necessarily will because we don't necessarily need to, but I would like to see more of Mrs. Astalot. I still think she's one of my favorite parts of it. She's really
she's mine too. We could ship her with somebody. I don't know, somebody along the line.
Maybe, but I would like to see. I know she probably won't, but I would like to see her get involved, in their not case, but they're getting rid of the magic for that week, whatever you want to call it. There'd be handful. Okay, yeah, there probably would be, Justin. People ship everything. People ship everything. I don't know. We had this conversation during Dead City. Yeah, no, I know, but it's funny though. We had this conversation during Dead City, and I realized, because we were talking about shippers then too, I actually do not. The recent shows, there isn't necessarily anybody I ship, and it's funny. It's just funny to me because I usually am the person that does ship people.
Have you ever seen those crazy Yellow Jackets videos where they have all the shipping going on, and there's 45 different ships? People rank them. Oh, people have Jeff. People shipped Jeff and Kevin Tan. It was called Couch Cop.
It was called what?
Couch Cop, because Jeff sells couches and Kevin Tan was a cop.
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
So they don't only ship them, but they give them little couple names too.
No, I get that. Actually, I do. There is, now that I said that, there is one show I guess I maybe ship some people in, but it hasn't aired yet, so I don't want to. Well, yeah, no, it has aired by now. We didn't watch it because it aired while we were doing this, I think, or before it. But I might ship some people in Revival. So there, I thought of a ship. Wait, just print the label and smack it on the book.
When you say she, Kimberly, which she do you mean? And Cupid had some kind of chemistry.
I think Kimberly means Mrs. Ostalot. They did have some kind of past. That was interesting.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That could be kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm down for that. That would be funny. I'd like
full of intrigue.
Yeah. But no, I would like to see some backstory on Mrs. Ostalot. I seriously like her a lot. But maybe they could bring in oh wait, he no, they can't, because I think the person I'm thinking of died in real life. Wait.
Bob Newhart?
Yeah. I was thinking about
he passed away.
Passed away. That's what I thought. Yeah. So that wouldn't work.
Jane Kirkin's still kicking it because she was just in The Residence. They could have her cameo.
Yeah, they could have her give a cameo, or who's the guy? I can't think of his name now. The one that's from Night
Flynn?
No, not yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if Flynn shows up at some point.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if Flynn shows up for a cameo in the series somewhere along the line.
Well, I don't, just because I don't know if Noah Wiley's still involved in it or not, but obviously he's involved in Librarians.
I think he's a producer of this, isn't he?
That's what I thought. I think he's a producer, so I definitely could see him showing up. But no, I was thinking, was Bob Newhart Jenkins?
Well, John Larroquette?
John Larroquette.
John Larroquette.
Yeah, they could have him show up.
Yeah, he's doing Night Court right now. He could make a cameo.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we'll ship him with Mrs. Ocelot. That's his one thing I'd like to see. I want to see more Jacob. But no, I'd like to see any of the original cast, honestly. All the cast is awesome. So that would be cool to have them come back. But at least we got Jacob at the beginning.
Yeah, Jacob was on there. He was name dropping everybody else, so it seemed like everybody else was fine, and they could come up and do cameos if they wanted.
Yeah, I could definitely see them doing it. Definitely could see Noah Wiley stopping in. That would be cool. I mean, this is its own thing. We don't necessarily need it, but I think it's nice and neat to kind of connect some of the older characters. You mentioned Bruce Campbell. Let's petition to get Bruce Campbell back, just because Bruce Campbell.
Just as Santa Claus again, or as another character?
I don't care. Just because Bruce Campbell. I don't care what he plays.
Just because Bruce Campbell. That's good enough.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell's awesome. I don't need a reason. Yeah, that would be cool.
I liked it when he played Santa Claus and then he became Odin. That was really nice.
Yeah, I really wish I had more time, because I want to go back and rewatch the old ones, because I know that there are a lot of Easter eggs. I mean, Dean has said there's been a lot of Easter eggs, and I know that I'm missing them because I don't remember a lot of the stuff. I pick up on some of the arc stuff, and if there's something leverage, like, I might pick up on it, but I haven't. I mean, I watched them all. It's just been a while.
But they said references to older Librarian stuff.
Yeah, references to, like, that's what I mean. It's been a while since I've seen it. I've definitely seen it. It's just been a while.
Yeah, and I know that Linda was in our chat last week and she brought up a few things.
What it used to be. Yeah, Linda picked up on a couple.
Yeah. So I don't. I mean, I just watched them and I'm not picking up on anything, but I kind of binged them too, because there was a lot. Because there's like 4 movies and then 4 seasons. It's a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot, but we should take time and do a watch party. I just am so far behind on everything. I have not gotten a chance to do that, but I would like to rewatch them. I really like that show a lot.
3 movies? 3 or 4 movies.
3 or 4? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I keep on thinking 4, but I think there might be 3.
I'm not sure.
I know there's 4 seasons though, because I'm on season 4.
I just remember being really upset when it was canceled the first time. That's all I remember. I'm looking it up, but it's picking up the series, so that's not really helping.
One is like the Librarians and the Judas something. The Judas, can't remember.
Yeah, no, this was picking up. Forgot listening.
Whatever the first movie was, it had Kyle MacLachlan in it.
It had who?
Kyle MacLachlan.
Oh, Kyle MacLachlan from
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, yeah,
and other things.
When I'm typing it in, it's only showing me a couple things until I hit it, and it's not the same. It's not the same Librarians, so I don't think it's that. Librarian Quest for the Sphere, and a couple things that have nothing to do with that. Librarians 3, The Curse of the Judas Chalice. Librarians
the Judas Chalice. That's what I was thinking.
Return to King Solomon's Mind.
Yeah, that was the first one, I think, right?
2. There must be 3 then. No, I think that isn't the Quest for the Spear the first one? Yeah, King Solomon's Mind is the second one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is the third one. So there's at least 3. I'm not seeing another one. That must be it. There must just be 3. There's something called Librarians of Jules Verne, but I don't think that's anything to do with this. Oh, that can't be, because it doesn't even have a picture or anything. I don't know what that is. That's not it.
Maybe it's about Jules Verne and his books.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I would definitely would like to go back and watch those.
I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I only remember in real time watching the first movie.
Yeah.
And then I would just catch things here and there. I haven't really sat down and just watched it. I mean, I would watch an episode. I'd be like, that's cool, but it wasn't enough to get me to, a lot of times I didn't have cable, so it wasn't easy for me to just watch it,
Oh, no, I get that. The other thing is I know it said the first Librarians movie, I think it said, no, I lost it again. I think it said was 2004 was the first movie.
I thought it was earlier than that.
No, the first one was 2004. That's right, because he said it was 20 years. Yeah. So it's quite a while ago. But even the series ended in 2018, I guess. So that still was 7 years ago. So at least, I guess, me not remembering things is okay, because it was a long time ago. I don't have to feel too stupid. My memory is not what it used to be, and it does not go that far back, not without thinking about it. But yeah, I would like to watch it again. They're good shows. So's Leverage and Arc, and Arc will be coming back season 2. But yeah, I just unfortunately have not had time to sit down and rewatch it, or I probably would, but I haven't. I don't know. It might be nice to do a watch party here and there, but whether we could get through all 4 seasons before the end of this, probably not.
Or we could just pick our favorites. Like, I could pick that Santa Claus Bruce Campbell episode and show it. Like, the ones I think are pretty strong.
Yeah, we could totally remember.
Like, pick your favorites. So
White House. Thank you,
Justin. What?
Thank you. So my memory's better than anyone in the White House. But yeah, we could pick a couple. If people want to do that, please let me know, and we'll have a watch party.
Or we can watch one of the movies.
Or we can watch one of the movies. Yeah.
I always thought the movies were funny because Flynn always hooks up with whatever female lead.
Yeah,
it's very Indiana Jones.
It is, but I feel like the series is more. Maybe I'm wrong in my remembering, but I feel like the series is maybe a little more relevant, just because it's more of a continuation. I mean, I guess they're all continuations, but I feel like the series is probably closer to this series, at least from what I remember anyway. I think it is, but yeah.
But at least I have Jacob Stone coming over.
Yeah, hey, they could do a spinoff on just Jacob Stone and people would watch it. That would be cool. But I'm just glad
all his various characters with various things all together in one series.
Yeah, bring them all back. No,
he was character from Angels there for some reason.
Yeah, no. I just mean, like, even his character would work for a spinoff. Yeah. But he has other stuff. Speaking of Leverage Redemption, better come back too. That's just as important, man. Can't get rid of that. But yeah, I like this show. I am just trying to think. I don't know. I was thinking there's not really anything right now that's a whole lot like that, other than, like, if you go to their other shows, like I said, Leverage is kind of similar, obviously, because it's got the same tone.
That's what I said when I fell asleep that one time watching Librarians, and I woke up and it was that episode about them forging Rembrandt paintings, but Jacob was there. But it wasn't Jacob, whatever character he plays. But I woke up, I thought I was watching the same show.
It was Christian Kane, not.
I mean, it still had the historical bent too. They were talking a little bit about Rembrandt, and I was like, yeah, it has the same vibe.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot with art history in that. Leverage definitely has a lot of that, if you like that. But I was just gonna say, like, other than the other electric entertainment shows, there isn't a whole lot that's kind of like in this vein that's on right now. Like I said, this kind of reminds me of something, and I said this before, like Warehouse 13 a little bit.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And I like it. It's nice to get escapism TV. It doesn't always have to be dark. I mean, I like, dark and moody TV too, but but I'm enjoying this. And I'm glad it at least gets a second season. I don't know how long it's going to be till it comes out, but at least we know we're going to get more. That's a good thing. But yeah, the show, I do like that it has different, like you said, historical, mythological, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I definitely am interested in them time traveling, because they haven't, other than Vikram, we haven't really seen that yet this season. And
well, it's only been we were only 4 episodes in, though.
That's true. But they've shown it in the preview. I mean, so we know that it's going to be coming at any rate. But yeah, I don't know. Anything? I don't know if I necessarily have anything else specific to this episode. I think it's anything else. I put up the picture.
We'll end with this painting.
Yeah, we'll end on the painting.
Look into her eyes.
No, I'm just trying to think of it. Like, I don't want to. I'm trying to get on track, and I'm like I'm not sure that I have anything else specifically about. Other than I enjoy it. I don't know what other kind of. Let me ask you this then. What other kind of either mythological thing or artifact or something would you like to see?
Oh, artifacts?
Or like I said, or mythological character or something. I'm just curious because.
Oh, I'm always a fan of the Gothic literature stuff. If like a Frankenstein showed up, I mean,
oh, that'd be cool.
They'll probably have vampires. They had vampires before, werewolves. But they've had werewolves before. Maybe something related to Mary Shelley would be great.
Oh,
or maybe something else like I mean, maybe people find Jane Austen too boring, but
no, that'd be fun too. But yeah, I like anything that's like more like creature type, sci-fi type stuff. I'm down with too. But
yeah.
But yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I like any writer, like artists would be cool.
Yeah, a couple times you've said something, you've made me think of Doctor Who, but they could do
maybe Salvador Dali.
Well, yeah, Dali would be cool too. But no, I was thinking of what's his face? Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, but I am excited to see more. I do enjoy this, but I think I am about out of comments on this episode, though. I'm trying. That's why I'm like trying to think. Is there anything else I can think of for this episode before whoops?
Is there any comments that we should address?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think anybody had comments. They could do. Let's see. Kimberly says they could do a pirates thing with Davy Jones' locker that would have monsters. That would be cool. I would like to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, pirate related would be great.
Yeah, pirates.
There's so many to choose from.
There are a lot.
Have you ever seen Our Flag Means Death?
No, I have not.
You should watch it. Everybody in the chat should watch that show.
What's it called? Our Flag Means Death.
Our Flag Means Death. It was a pirate show that was on for 2 seasons on HBO.
Oh, okay. No, I've not heard of that.
It has Rhys Darby in it. That was from Flight of the Conchords. I don't know if you've seen Flight of the Conchords.
No, but I know who he is.
Yeah.
Whoops, I zoomed in on that. I didn't mean to.
It's about the only, other than Black Sails, that's probably the only other pirate thing I've seen.
I've seen a little bit of Black Sails because I did. I'm gonna look at it, the name, because otherwise I'm not gonna remember the name of the. I think it was Black Sails. I'm pretty sure it was. It was
yeah.
With because I'm trying to think. Isn't that the one that has the guy from Coupling in it? Maybe I'm thinking of a different series. I thought it was that one.
I don't know. That's a deep dive, Coupling.
Oh, I love Coupling. That show. Because I know I've told Gina when I've done the leverage call. I've told her before. I still usually watch that once a year.
Oh, that's fun.
But no,
they tried to make an American version of that, and it sank.
Yeah, I mean, I love Colin Ferguson, and I would like to see it just because I like Colin Ferguson, but I know it didn't do so well. But no.
Then again, they made an American version of IT Crowd with Joe McHale in it, and it tanked, and I don't know why.
I didn't even know they had an American version of that. I did not know that.
That's because
I'm looking them up because I told you I suck with names, but Richard Coyle was who I was trying to think of. And I thought it was Black Sails. Is it no Black Sails? It was something piratey. I thought it was Black Sails.
Yeah.
Crossbones. Maybe it was. No, is that pirates?
Like Kimberly says, our flag means death is more on the silly side.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's good.
Fun. Yeah, maybe it was. Is Crossbones a pirate series?
Crossbones.
I don't know. Maybe it was that. I don't know. No, I just was trying to think what it was. I thought it was Black Sails, but I just know I did a conference call for some pirate thing that Richard Coyle was in because I talked to him for it. That's why I remember it. But beyond that, I don't know.
It wasn't called
Um,
Crossbones.
yeah, that might have been what I did. The call was for though, and I was just thinking it was Black Sails. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, pirates would be really cool. I'm wondering, I'm trying to think, is there something they could do that was
The
like sci-fi?
Kraken.
I guess you could have tech and stuff. Yeah, the Kraken. But yeah, anything like that would be like creatures like Bigfoot or like you said, Frankenstein
Oh,
or
like cryptids.
yeah, cryptids, more
Yeah,
cryptids.
that'd be cool.
They
Jersey
could be
Devil.
cool. Yeah. I'm glad they're going back to Camelot. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I like the ones
Morgan Le
that
Fay.
are like, yeah, Morgan Le Fay would be cool. I
What's
like
Alicia Wood doing these days? She could probably come back on. She could make a cameo.
good, yeah. But no, I like when they're like kind of the ones that are more, I guess, out there, like that are sort of their own thing.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess they all are really,
Yeah, they're
but
all kind of their own thing. I mean, they
but
take from things, but like like the ballerina that dances herself to death is a thing in a lot of mythological stories. A lot
it
of
is. But I mean, like
common
like
theme.
Cupid is like more like a thing. I mean, like I said, they're all a thing, but I'm looking at it as more
Yeah.
like it's more out of left field. I don't know. I guess is what I'm saying.
Mm.
Like a more like ones that are more unexpected. I guess maybe would
Yeah.
be. They could do. I don't know. Could they do something that's like sort of? I'm trying to like connect it to Yellow Jackets, like some kind of like weird sort of witchy thing. Um, not that would not be dark like that, but I was just trying to think if there's something from that they could use, like some kind of like
The Librarians, the next chapter, and the Witchy Cannibals.
no, but I mean like wilderness spirit or something. Like I was
Yeah,
thinking
like a folklore element would be nice. I
yeah,
mean,
that would
not
be
nothing too scary because
no,
we're
we
not
don't want to
we're not a horror series, but
was
kind
there
of spooky,
ever
a
aliens?
little
I feel
spooky vibe.
like yeah, was there ever aliens? I feel like there was aliens on it before. I'm just not remembering.
Hmm.
I feel like there was aliens at some point. I'm not gonna remember because I suck, but there was a UFO.
I
Yeah,
just watched Resident Alien, so the
yeah,
first
no,
one.
there was it says there was one about a UFO I was looking to see. I just don't remember. It's been a while.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. But yeah, I've said before I'd also like to see crossovers, but I don't know that that will happen other than people
Hmm.
popping, actors popping in here and there. But
So what's the
yeah,
arc about?
the Ark is in the future on a spaceship. It's on Sci-Fi
Oh.
Channel, so yeah, it's
Oh,
completely
okay.
different subject, but it's kind of got the same sort of tone a little bit.
Yeah.
It's more of like an escapist, show.
Yeah, there's a lot
Christina
coming on Sci-Fi. I'm gonna record a
yeah,
bunch of it.
was renewed. It's coming back too. Yeah, yeah. Lori and I decided last minute we're gonna do revival tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm
We'll
gonna
do a
watch
watch.
that to see if I like it or not. I
Yeah,
don't know if I like it or not.
we're gonna do a watch party at 10 for people that want to see it, and then we'll do the live stream at 11. I don't know if we're
Yeah.
gonna do it every week or not. We haven't really discussed it other than we're like, let's do it tomorrow. So that's
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
as far as the conversation got. But I really liked Revival. It wasn't what I expected it to be. It is dark though. It gets very
Yeah.
dark. It's
Hmm.
based on a comic. It's not a silly sci-fi show. Like I don't know why. I guess maybe
Like
because
Resident Alien.
no, I guess maybe because Melanie Scrofano's in it. Maybe that was why. I assumed it would be something more like the tone of like Winona Earp, and it isn't. It's not.
Mm.
I mean,
Hmm.
it's got its funny moments, but it's not. It's like a more serious, darker sci-fi, but it's good. I like it. So people should check that out.
Yeah.
But
My DVR is recording it as we speak, probably.
that's what I was gonna say. It was on a couple hours ago. That's why I said I actually can
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah, they repeated it. I don't think I got it the first time around, but I got it the second time around. So
I should have DVR'd it. I didn't even think about it. Sometimes I don't think to do that since I've seen it, and I probably should because sometimes
it's easier for me to watch on Discord because I can put closed captionings on. So
yeah, well, yeah, that's true too.
when I actually start taking notes, which I should probably take notes, I will. It's easier with the closed captioning on.
Yeah.
For
Definitely.
names and things.
Definitely is easier with that. I'm trying to. Whoops, I'm not finding my app. I was like looking up while I'm talking to you. I was gonna look. I can't remember what the name of the app is though. I was gonna look at the Xfinity thing because I wanted to schedule it, and I'm not finding it. Stream? Is it called Stream? There, Stream. It probably already repeated though. I probably missed it on that. It's just nice to have like a version of it without commercials on the DVR if we're going to talk about it. And I didn't do that, and my app needs updated, people. Sorry. I'm like, as I'm talking to you. What else? I'm trying to think what else is coming out. The only other thing I can think of that's coming out is, like I said, the Institute is
Nautilus.
Nautilus is coming. Yeah, Nautilus has already been out though. On other or in another country. Yeah.
Not in America.
Not in America, true. It's kind of
it's so weird. That is really
I
weird.
don't know if it's good or not when it has, because it's kind of like how with the Institute, like it's in a book, kind of like Murderbot. So it's like, do you go?
Yeah.
Should you go look up what happens? Like you're tempted to go try to find out what happens.
Oh, I was just going to listen to the whole audiobook, but then only talk about what was current on our Murderbot shows. Yeah. I wanted to see if the tone was the same. I wanted to see if the narration was kind of the same, or, the same characters, or they altered the characters a bit. Or there's more story, because the episodes are so short that I feel like there might be more in the audiobook. But you said they're novellas, so they might be
they're not real long, but I agree it would be nice to have a little bit more with Murderbot, because it is so short.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I just wish I feel like I'm still, I don't know, waiting for new shows. Like, I guess just because we're waiting for we'll be forever waiting for From, it feels like.
I don't know. To me, I'm waiting for Yellow Jackets.
Well, wait, yeah, that too.
So excited they just announced. I mean, they took their time to announce season 4.
I told you. I said they probably just haven't announced it, but yeah, at least it's coming back. But
well, it always scares me when a company buys another company and then they might want to clean house.
Yeah, I know, but I think
they have a Dexter show coming up. I might watch.
Yeah, they have the new Dexter show coming up. I think that's next month.
I just want to watch it based on the people that are in it, because I'm like, they have some interesting casting choices, so I might be in.
Yeah, I'd like to watch it, but I'd have to watch the first season. I haven't seen it yet. I had watched the beginning of it, I think, and then didn't get to see the rest, but I would like to do that.
Yeah, I thought I'd just jump in without seeing any of the spinoffs.
Well, I think it's the second season of it, isn't it?
Oh, it is? That'd be even weirder.
So. Maybe I'm wrong.
Just jump right in, not knowing anything.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I thought that it was the second season, but maybe we're talking about
it might be.
There's original.
I haven't really been following Dexter since it's like kind of disappointing ending.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched the beginning of the one that came back that was still Anthony Michael Hall. And I guess that was Resurrection, but I think maybe they're just calling this one something else. Maybe it was called something. I don't know. I thought it was the second season, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, there is one of a younger version of Dexter too, but I can't.
Oh, there's definitely Original Sin. I had intended.
Yeah, Original Sin.
Yeah. I never got to see it, and I'd like to watch it. So yeah.
And I was just thinking about the stuff on Showtime, because now I have Showtime because I wanted to watch Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I need to watch some.
But Twin Peaks is on there, so I've been watching Twin Peaks: The Return. I'm like, that's a bonus. And then cool. Penny Dreadful's on there. I like Penny Dreadful.
Yeah, I think I had started that and never finished it. I don't know. There's so many things I've never finished. I really do need to finish. But there's movies I want to go see too that I haven't had the time to go. I don't have really the money to go see them either, but haven't had the time to go see. I still want to see some Thunderbolts, and I still haven't gone to see it. It's probably, I don't even know if it's in the theater now.
I just watched Beetlejuice. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I haven't
there was a free HBO weekend and they had it on, so I was like, I'll watch it.
Well, I still have Max because we have it with our it comes with our cell phone. So
I've been looking through HBO trying to see, but I've already seen The White Lotus. I don't know what else.
That's what I also want to see, White Lotus. I still can't believe I haven't watched White Lotus yet. I keep intending to, and like everything else, I keep not having the time, and it doesn't get watched. I really want to see White Lotus. That's one of the main ones I want to go catch up on. Because I know it was supposed to be so good this season. And I just, like I said, I saw part of season 1. I saw the beginning of season 1. because I watched screeners and then I don't know, I never, for whatever reason, never got to see the rest and forgot about it. That tends to happen too often. That's the problem. But right now, like I said, the other new things I can think of are Revival, and then like you said, Resident Alien just came out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else is coming out. What else? I'm covering, and it might help me remember. Yeah, that's not really sci-fi fantasy. I'm looking to see.
What?
No, I was just looking at a list of stuff that's coming out, and I was thinking.
What else is coming out? Tell me
the
what
new,
else is coming out.
the new Bosch is coming out.
Bosch. Okay.
Yeah, I'm blanking. Don't do that. I am so bad anymore. I swear, I don't know. I need to like take one of those memory medicines. Because it's like I cover this stuff and I cannot remember half the stuff I talk about anymore lately. I covered Bosch Legacy. What's the name? There's a new one coming up, and I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. It's with Maggie Q, and I'm blanking again. Anyway, there's a new Bosch series coming out, but that's obviously not fantasy, not sci-fi, not really the kind of stuff we generally. Well, I don't know about you that I generally cover, but I still like it and want to see it.
Oh, I might watch The Rehearsal. The Rehearsal's on Showtime as well.
Not on our live stream.
I gotta finish up The Studio. I'm 2 episodes away from finishing The Studio. The Studio's great.
Yeah, I know you like that. I know that, like, I'm mad they canceled Wheel of Time. That's kind of a
that really sucks.
I'm mad about that. It was just getting good. Like
you think that would have been something that would have gone for 20 seasons because the books are huge,
and because they put so much money into it. It's surprising. Like they kept Rings of Power, which I don't even know if people really. I thought nobody watched, but I mean, I'm sure they do, or they wouldn't have kept it. But I don't watch. I was really sad about Wheel of Time because I felt like it took a while to get into it, and it finally like it started getting really, really good this season, and then they canceled it. I don't like when they cancel shows. It sucks, but I get it. But some of them
seems like kind of a like Raised by Wolves situation.
It's what?
Like Raised by Wolves.
Yeah, that was another one that, and I think wasn't I saw something posted about that ballerina when we were talking about before that how to pronounce it, E12. I think.
Oh yeah, I watched some of that.
Wasn't coming back or something.
Oh, and it's not. I'll finish that up then.
I don't know if that's what that was or what. Yeah, that was canceled. That's what I thought. I'm looking it up to see.
Oh, that's too bad.
That was canceled. It had been ordered and then they canceled it. So I guess it was renewed and canceled.
That's horrible.
It's one of those things they've changed their mind. That doesn't mean that they won't necessarily, that they can't do it again, but who knows? Maybe it'll come back. The other one that I was really upset with was, what's it called? I'm not going to remember the name because I suck so bad and I cannot remember the name of it. We had covered it on our other show, and it was about like this virtual reality thing, and it was on Prime, I think. And I want to say it started with a P. I don't know.
Not Poker Face.
No, not Poker Face. The later at night it gets, the worse my memory gets.
Poker Face is another thing I want to watch the second season of, and I haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, Poker Face is pretty good.
I'm a big Natasha Lyonne fan.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to drive me nuts. And I'm sorry. I just can't, I don't know anymore. I can't seem to remember anything.
This merges the one big thing.
Huh?
All the TV shows just merge into one massive TV show.
Paradise will be coming back, but that's not for a while. But I don't know. At any rate, the show that we watched that was really, really good, it was canceled. And it had been renewed, and then it's one of the ones that renewed, and then they changed their minds. Yeah, but Mudger, the problem is I cover these and I'm supposed to be talking about them and they go, whoo. But then again, it doesn't help that I went to bed at 6:30 last night. That doesn't help my memory. I mean in the morning, not at night, in case that's not clear.
Wait a second, it seems like you got more sleep.
I went to bed at 6:30 this morning. I got up way too late, but that is how my nights have been. I swear, like every night. But I don't have to get up early tomorrow because the interview I had, unfortunately, was canceled, which makes me sad. I thought I had a Resident Alien interview, but it was canceled.
Oh,
that's not happening. Although I do have other Resident Alien ones coming up. Yeah, because I really wanted to talk to the person. But I have more for that coming up. But I did at least get my the Librarian. Like I said, I got Olivia up. I want to talk. I would like to do more librarian interviews. I gotta contact some people, but yeah. But it just seems like everything had ended. Like there was From and there was Severance, and like that ended.
There
And
was
then
Yellow Jackets. See, those
Yellow
things are
Jackets
3 big mystery box shows. That's the thing, and then they kind of leave a mystery box shaped hole when they go.
They do, and then The Last of Us came, and that definitely was not a mystery box, but it was still something.
But it was still big. It was still big prestige TV.
Yeah,
it kind of probably filled that mystery box hole a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I'm glad that Librarians is here, but there's I mean, you guys have more to watch than I do, but it's not got as much left as I'd like for it to have left. But at least we got another season. It's just probably going to be a while. But yeah, I wish there was more sci-fi though. There hasn't been enough. Usually sci-fi stuff tends to get canceled, and there isn't a whole lot on, like, there's the 2 shows on SciFi right now, but a lot of the stuff that was on isn't on. They need to bring back like
Reginald the Vampire
or Eureka or Haven. I miss those. Yeah, Reginald the Vampire was
I really liked that one.
Munchert. I didn't know how chickens had good memories. I did not know that. So there, chickens have good memories.
Facts.
Learn something new every day. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to see like something that's really like sci-fi. That's sci-fi. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in the mood for something like that. Like Revival is awesome. Resident Alien is awesome. But I mean like something like high tech. I don't know why. I'm just like in the mood for something like high tech sci-fi. Like, you know, I don't know. Matrixy. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I just whatever came in my mind. But yeah. It just seems like there's a lot at once, and then you just feel like you said, like there's this whole, I want a puzzle box show. I need another puzzle box.
Well, that's why I was watching Twin Peaks: The Return, because there's a podcast called Evolution of Horror that's doing a rewatch, like a massive rewatch of all the Twin Peaks and the books that related to it, and For a Walk with Me, and I kind of jumped on that.
That's cool.
But I'm only doing The Return because I've seen Twin Peaks like 20 times. I got like a memory of Twin Peaks, the first 2 seasons.
I see.
I've only seen The Return a couple times, but The Return's great.
Yeah, I'll be honest though. I don't know that if I have time for another puzzle box show. I'd take it, but I don't know that I have time for it. They take a lot of.
The Return's definitely a puzzle box show. You won't know what's going on, and then when you're done, you still don't. You'll know. You won't. You got to figure out it on your own.
I was going to say it's David Lynch, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean that's what David Lynch said. It's like it's up to your own interpretation. So whatever I interpret is correct. So Yeah,
well, I don't like cliffhanger. I mean, I know they exist, but I don't like cliffhangers. But at least in the meantime, we have some good shows until they come back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering, like, if maybe there's stuff with this we could go deeper in. Like, I kind of feel like maybe we should go into some of the mythology, but I don't know enough about mythology to do it. Like,
I mean, I thought about doing that, like doing something about Cupid, but I didn't have enough time to throw that past you.
Well, no, that's what I mean. But like, that would be cool to do. I'm just saying, like, offhand, like, I don't really know. I don't remember a lot of that kind of stuff. So it would be like all research. It wouldn't be like stuff that I knew like coming up. But that's about the only other thing I can think of in regards to Librarians right now. I was trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to think though with these shows, maybe I need to go read some fanfic. Justin's keep talking about.
You can write your own.
No, I'm just thinking about, because we've been talking, and it's not just this. It was in Dead City too. We were talking about different ships and things, and I'm like thinking of all the different ships for different shows. Yes, that is what fanfic is for. I haven't. A lot of shows though don't. Well, I don't know. Maybe they do have a lot of fanfic, and I just don't know it. But I don't really look for it, so I don't know. But I'm sure all the shows do. Probably lots of them do.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something in the meantime to look up.
You know, Yellow Jackets is the only show I've really seen where just about every character is matched up with somebody else.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like crazy. It's crazy.
It
Things I
is.
never would have thought, people I would never thought would have been shipped to other people. I'm like, okay, there are people that
Yeah,
want that. Okay, cool.
a little much, but yeah. Well, no, I mean, there's
There
some
are people that want Lottie and Nat to hook up. I
Lottie
can't
and
judge.
who? Lottie and who?
And Natalie.
Lottie and Nat. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see. I don't know about Lottie and Natalie.
Yeah, there's people that ship them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I see that. Yeah. All right. Well, I think unless you have, we've been going on for almost 2 hours. I don't know if I have anything else of substance to add. I feel like at this point we're kind of just pulling and dragging it out, and we're out of things to say. Uh, but I'm kind of curious with the chat. Like, you guys leave comments. Tell us, like, what do you, going back to Librarians, trying to pull it back into focus. Tell us, like, what kind of characters you or creatures or whatever artifacts that you'd like to see.
Characters, real or imagined.
Yeah, characters, real or imagined.
I think it's your characters in books too, right? Like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Well, Moriarty wasn't there, but I mean,
are looking for
Alice in Wonderland, stuff like that.
Oh, Alice in Wonderland would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Warehouse 13 Alice in Wonderland now I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was for, I don't think there was for Librarians.
I don't think so.
That could be cool. You know, the funny thing is like I always liked like the imagery of Alice in Wonderland, but I never actually liked the original Alice in Wonderland.
Oh yeah.
Like, that sounds stupid, but like when I'm looking up like different things, like I always enjoy like just the imagery of it, but like I never liked the cartoon Alice in Wonderland. When they have like things that are based on it, I tend to like it, but like the original, I never.
I thought you didn't like the way they used math and the like philosophy in the book.
No, not that. Oh, I've never read the book.
Oh, you never read the book? You should totally read that book. You should read Alice in Wonderland.
I probably should. No, I've never read the book.
They're classics.
But I mean, like, they have things that are like based on that. I tend to like it. I've just never really watched like the original or read the original.
Oh, I like all the songs in the Disney one. The Very Merry on Birthday to You.
You know what they could do? You just made me think of, I don't know why talking about Alice in Wonderland made me think of it, but it was making me think of that Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Like, I could see like some kind of thing. Well, because you said about Jane Austen, I could see a Jane Austen.
Well, they have that like Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters too.
Oh, that I have not heard of.
That's a book, yeah.
I have not heard of that one. Have we watched? Did we like Squid Games? I have not seen Squid Games yet.
I haven't seen Squid Game nor Games.
Okay, well then I'm not the only one.
I watched a pilot Squid Game. I was like, this isn't my flavor at all.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like it, and I never watched it. Just but there's a lot of things like
I got high blood pressure. I can't watch this stuff.
Like I said, there's a lot of things I want to watch though. Like I need to watch Black Mirror, and I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
And I've watched a couple, and it turned me off of it. But I've been told since by multiple people that those episodes shouldn't keep you from watching it. But again, it's one of the things I just have not.
Yeah, it does get real dark. Some of the ones I see are real dark, and I'm like, oh, it's so dark.
Yeah, but it looks like it would be something I would like. That's why I feel like I need to watch it too, because it makes me think of something like Strange World that was like about abuses. I mean, I know this is about abuses of technology, but like Strange World was about like abuses of science, which was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So I probably should watch it. Or Only Murders in the Building. I saw season 1.
Yeah.
I think I've
seen season 1, season 2.
I don't think I saw season 1. The Bear I've not seen. Dropout, I don't know what that is, so I've not seen.
Oh, the Dropout.
I did watch Department Q about a week ago, maybe. I don't know, 2 weeks ago. Whenever it was coming out.
Jim McHale's in The Bear, isn't he?
I really like that.
Or was he in the other one?
I don't know, because I haven't seen The Bear, so I have no clue.
No, not The Bear. The one about the cooking. Is that the one about cooking?
It is the one. That is the one about the cooking. Yeah. Yeah, that is the one about the cooking. Speaking of, I just remember, because I know you don't. I know you don't like this, but we were talking the other day about Lego Masters. But it reminded me, there's and I don't remember exactly what the name of it is. I am bad at promotion. Like, I'm supposed to be promoting things, and I'm so bad at them. But no, there is a new. Wait, I'm looking up the title, so I know the title because I'm excited about it. I just can't remember the title. Oh, it's not up under. It's not.
Oh, there is the 1% Club hosted by Joe McHale too. If anybody wants to watch that,
I saw the original one that was hosted by what's his face. Because I talked to him for that. I did not see the Joe McHale one, but
it reminded me of Idiot Test. Have you ever saw the show Idiot Test?
Kind of. I vaguely remember that, but I'm not remembering what is the name of that. Wait a second, because that's going to bug me.
It's just the first questions they have before they get real smart and kind of hard. Remind me of Idiot Test.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll have like a fireplace. Which fireplace is the hottest? They have one that's actual fireplace. Then it's a picture of a fireplace on the wall.
Yeah, like Idiot Test. I always liked Idiot Test.
Idiot Test was great. I think you should run back Idiot Test and have Joe McHale host it.
Yeah, that's true. I like
or the guy Ben Deleve. I don't know if he's doing anything, but he can rehost it.
Yeah, where the hell? I'm not going to find it. Anyway, I'm not remembering what the title of it is, and I'm blanking out as normal. But and I said
you haven't had any sleep,
and I haven't had any sleep, and I don't think. Oh wait, let me look at it under.
Stranger Things, yeah. Oh, Ben Deleve, yeah. Ben Deleve fans in the house.
Yeah, Ben Glebe. Well, I said I like Idiot Test.
Yeah.
But no, okay, I found it. I couldn't remember the name of it, and I said I don't know that anybody we that's watching this even likes it anyway. But Super Mega Cakes. That's what I was trying to think of the name of.
It's a Duff one. It's a Duff one, right?
Duff's new show. Yes.
I'm gonna record that one.
Oh, I love watching. I said before I like competitions that are like art stuff, but especially like cake decorating. But I know a lot of the other cake decorators that are on it too. Like, it's kind of bad that I've seen so many cake decorating shows that usually I know all the contestants on most of them. It's kind of bad. But so that's coming out. That's really
have you seen Riverdale? Because I watched all of Riverdale.
I've seen the beginning of Riverdale. There was another one I seen the beginning and did not finish. That was like more of sort of a teen show, though, wasn't it? I mean, I guess it was adult too.
Riverdale got balls out crazy towards the end. I would highly recommend watching certain things at the end.
Yeah, I watched some of it.
Like Cheryl's getting magical powers and stuff.
Yeah, it was a little bizarre. It wasn't what I expected it to be.
And they had that Sabrina crossover.
Yeah, I watched I didn't watch the newer Sabrina. I watched the originally when there was Sabrina the Teenage Witch was on. I watched that.
It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I have the comic books, so
that's cool.
Like all those Afterlife of Archie and the Jughead one, the Hunger. They did all the Riverdale ones of like a zombie theme and a werewolf theme, and
I didn't know they had those kinds of things. I don't know. I didn't know that they.
Well, actually, when Riverdale came out, I thought it was going to be Afterlife of Archie, and I got so excited. I thought, oh my god, it's going to be like Riverdale with zombies, and then never happened.
Thought you didn't like zombies. You told me you didn't like zombies.
You Riverdale with zombies would be cool. Well, I mean, it was not only that; it was Jughead turning into a werewolf, and
I see. It
would be
I have not seen Orange is the New Black. Justin's asking about that. I have not seen that. I know it's supposed to be good.
I watched the first season. I watched a goodly amount, but I didn't have Netflix anymore, so I stopped.
Oh, I still have Netflix. There's a lot of, and this is what I said, we gotta all get together and have some watch parties of some different things. And I know I mention the same things every time, but that's because I keep intending to do it and then don't. Yeah. So I still want to do Awake and the OA and Falling Water. Those are still on my list.
Falling Water,
that we need to have a watch party for. But yeah, there's so many things I want to see. I just have not had time and have not finished.
I was just watching Twin Peaks Return because I wanted to catch up with the podcast before the podcast is done.
I see.
And they're on 16 and I'm on 13 now, so it's kind of getting close.
I see. That's cool. He says we should review Only Murders in the Building. I'd have to catch up on it first.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a good show.
Yeah, those are kind of fun because you can kind of try to guess, kind of like The Residents. You can kind of guess.
Try to guess, who who it is. I like stuff like that. That's like Agatha Christie type stuff.
Because I wanted to watch season 3 because Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd were on it, but I just never got around to it.
What's cool? There's something. What's it called? Is it Katy Perry? I think it's called. There's a new one that's coming back to BritBox. I was thinking of BritBox. I tend to like a lot of British stuff. I like a lot of murder mystery stuff because I was just thinking like of Agatha Christie type stuff. Like I know you like some of that too, but I tend to like
a lot of British comedies I can't find anywhere.
I tend to like it. We haven't covered movies just because movies are hard because either you're covering something old that you don't know if people will watch the stream, or you're covering something new that you have to have time to go see it. That's the problem with movies, because usually we do cover like the Marvel movies on our other show, on our Tuesday show, but we haven't all seen. Jamie hasn't seen Thunderbolts yet, but I don't know if Karen saw it or not. I know AJ did, but like it's hard for us all to have necessarily seen all the same new movies.
I still need to watch Holland. I haven't even watched Holland.
What's that? I'm thinking.
It's kind of a Fargo-like movie with Nicole Kidman in it. It's supposed to be set in Holland, Michigan, but then...
Okay, I don't know what that is. I probably should, but I don't know what that is. I haven't followed a lot of recent movies because I haven't gone to the movies a lot recently. It's too expensive.
Yeah, this one was funny because they were supposed to pump a bunch of income into Holland, but they only ended up shooting one day there because there's a windmill that they have to shoot by because it's kind of iconic. So Holland got a little pissed off about it because they took downtown Holland and they rebuilt it in like North Carolina or somewhere, or Tennessee.
Yeah, I could see being upset. I'm not sure, Justin, what you mean on the same channel, Michael. Oh, you mean on the same streaming channel, I think Justin means. I have not seen, because I'm assuming maybe he means Michael's show as an on NDB Media. I'm not sure if that's what he means or not. I keep intending to watch Michael's Librarian show, and like all the things I keep saying, I haven't had a chance. And Muncher, to answer your question about Karen and AJ, Karen and AJ and I met over 20 years ago on a Lost chat, which then when that Lost chat closed, I made a Lost chat on my website, and we all met along with some other people every week to talk about Lost. And then we ended up doing a podcast together, and that's sort of how it happened years and years and years ago. And so we've known each other for a very, very, very long time. And Scarlet and I met on Julie's channel not that long ago, actually. Mm-hmm. So once I just started using Discord because of From. I was not really on Discord other than for Midjourney. I did not really use Discord. But yeah, that's why if you're talking about Karen and AJ and I, that's why we seem like we're good friends, because we've known each other for so long. But who knows? Maybe 20 years from now, we'll be asking about another show me and you were doing and when we met, right? It'll be 20 years. Oh, geez. I don't want to be that old. I don't want to think about
my channel. I do my channel and change the world with my puppetry and theater antics.
Let's see. You have thank you, Justin. I'm glad you think that. But yeah, I enjoy doing these live streams. I just need to not get sleep. I stay on them too long and I don't go to bed, and then I regret it, and then I don't feel good, and then I complain, and it's like, well, it's your own damn fault because you stayed up all night. So, there's that. But other than that, I'm enjoying doing these live streams. It gets addicting a little bit. Which is why when Lori's like, do you want to cover Revival? And I'm like, well, we could do it tomorrow. And she's like, okay. We just started talking about it. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I do have to set that up. But at least for this week, we will be covering it tomorrow night and doing a watch party. But I don't know. I need some nights to sleep.
Yes.
But yeah. But speaking of, I don't know, unless you have anything else to add, we've already been over, 2 hours, and I really probably should get to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably need sleep too. But
I'm
yeah,
off
guys,
this week, so hey,
you're
it's my off week.
you're off this week.
I
Well,
could talk here to 5 in the morning.
yeah, I don't think I can keep my eyes open till 5 in the morning. I just cannot do that. But we will tomorrow at 10 are having the watch party for Revival, and we're gonna have the live stream at 11. If y'all want to join us, Scarlett, you
I
should watch
can't.
it.
I
See if you
can't. I'll be on the
can.
live.
Oh, you're on a live. Well, then you're not off. You're on another live. Okay.
I have
Well,
that from Academy.
I see. Well, that will go all night though, I'm sure. So people can watch a bit of both. But yeah, and then we have let's see. So that's
well, it doesn't mean that if it doesn't start later, I can't hop on yours and drop a like and then go over.
Yes, sure, for sure. At least try to watch. Well, what time to start? I was gonna say at least try to watch
11:30.
11:30. Well,
11:30 Julie time, whatever that is.
Okay. Well, you can watch.
12:15.
Well, at least come to the watch party then. At least watch the episode if you haven't seen it, so you know what it's about.
Yeah, I watch it on my TV, but I'll just start at the same time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's at 10. And then of course, so that will be tomorrow at 11 will be our live stream, and then Sunday at I get these times mixed up. That's why you need to go to Discord. You can see the schedule list. Sunday at the watch parties at 10 and the live streams at 11 for Dead City. And then Monday, I'm back again with Scarlet. Our watch parties at 11 for Murderbot at midnight. And then on Tuesdays, I have our roundup show at 10. Yes, I know. Well, I don't know how Scarlet or Julie or anybody does 12-hour streams. I am not that person.
I haven't done a 12-hour stream.
Well, you've done close. Hey, we did a 6-hour stream before, and that was I couldn't do it again. That was like
there was one I did that was about 10 hours, but I like ran down the street to work because I lived down the street from my school, and Julie said she's gonna get up, but then she fell asleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and then she was snoring on the live, and then Tony Teflon tried to call her, so that it was like her phone was ringing.
I remember somebody was snoring on our live before, but I couldn't remember. I don't know if it was Julie. I don't know who it was. Somebody was on our one from live. But yeah, I can't sit that long. I start to hurt too bad, and I can't. I'm like a couple hours is a lot, but
yeah, I mean, any more than that, then you've got to have like we'll be right back card, so you can do a little stretch.
Yeah, well, I do have that on OBS. I just haven't used it. We need to put it. But yeah, I don't know, Justin. If I keep doing shows almost every night, it may become a 24, at least become a 7-day-a-week stream if I keep doing shows every night. Yeah. But please make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel, and that you come to our Discord. And like I've said before, if you're on NDB Media right now, make sure you check out SciFi Vision too, because sometimes we have had our stream when we can't fit on the schedule. So please, subscribe to SciFi Vision. And if you're watching from SciFi Vision, please also go subscribe to NDB Media, who we appreciate hosting our show. But yeah, I think I am going to get, what's that? Do you stand for National Database Services? I'm honestly not, I don't even know what it stands for. I'm not even sure. That's bad. I should know that. I know I knew it one time, but I don't remember now what it is. I don't know. You'd have to ask Michael that. But anyway, I think it is time for my sleep. That's what I need time for my slumber. But yeah, guys, I will be back tomorrow night, so make sure you come. Like I said, check out the interviews. I don't have the text up yet on scifivision.com, but I did put up that other librarian interview at least on YouTube, and I should have the text up tomorrow or tonight, depending on if I can stay awake or not. It might have to be tomorrow. But yeah, lots of stuff coming. I still have all the ones I keep mentioning. I need to finish posting. I have more Resident Alien interviews, more Revival interviews, because I did put up the Revival interview with Romy and Melanie. I put up yesterday, and Better Sister, and I finished Librarians, so I don't have that. Phineas and Ferb I got to put up. That got kind of messed up with my tech issues I had. It needs to go up too, but yeah, all that good stuff. Well, thank you, Muncher. It's appreciated. So yes, guys, please like, subscribe, leave comments. All appreciated. It's all good. All right, Scarlet. Well, I am going to go to bed. Jamie. Have a good night, and everybody else have a good night, and hopefully I will see you all tomorrow.
Dream sweet, Jamie.
Dream sweet, Scarlet. Good night.
Praise Kier, I guess.
Yeah, yes, praise Kier.
Seems right.
It's always praise Kier.